Okay, this is what the building costs to operate. Here's what we can rent it for. Here's the business that we can run out of it. And if there's any space left over, the family can enjoy it. Or the family can, you have the money to eat this, so that it becomes a family recreational stop. It becomes a lake house for the summer, the building on the canal. But we've got it all jumbled up with, we can't decide if we're a landlord or we're running a business or we've got a lake house.
All right, guys. Dave Ramsey expects another everyday financial question from this caller, but the situation escalates before anyone sees it coming. As this caller reveals mistake after mistake, Dave Ramsey challenges every decision with brutal honesty, making this an explosive yet practical financial lesson. Subscribe now to Debt Disaster Daily for more financial chaos and truths, and we'll jump right in.
My husband started up a side hustle in addition to his regular job, and he did fairly well, and he bought himself an $80,000 commercial building for cash on a canal, and he loves it, and he's been working really hard fixing it up. But he ended up with $90,000 in business debt in the process, and he also would like to retire within 5 years. And I'm concerned we're not on the track for retirement, and that the expenses of the building and the debt associated could prevent us from being able to retire when we would like to.
And when you say that to him, what did he say?
He said he'd be willing to try and rent the building out to help with the expenses. However, there's many vacant commercial buildings in the area. I don't know if his would be nice enough to rent out. I don't know if we'd run into problems with people not paying rent. So I have concerns. I have concerns even with that solution. I mean, obviously that would help. And he has some inventory from the business that he started that he was wishing would have sold by now, but it has not yet. And so I'm concerned, like, when will it sell? We're still paying all these expenses. Meanwhile, and even when the inventory sold, we'd have a little debt left, and we would have property tax and utilities and many things associated with keeping up the building.
I guess the first step would be to solve that business issue, because if that's tanking you guys down, then yeah, you're not going to be at pace at all to retire.
So how long have y'all been married?
We've been married like close to 35 years.
So how often does he go off and buy a building and doesn't talk to you about it before he does it?
Well, not usually whole buildings. And this one he did mention, but I was like, well, let's keep it all to cash. But things kind of, there was a lot of expenses associated, and he felt his inventory would sell, and so he.
Well, let's keep it all to cash. He didn't buy, but he did buy the building.
Yes, and so I was okay that he was buying the building for cash, but I'm more concerned with the fact we ended up with some debt associated.
So the debt was used to cover expenses for the building?
Because he's working on it. It was in really bad shape, and he's working on it like every night. He's put
What's
a
the
lot
business?
of
So
equity
let me try this again, okay? Honey, I'm okay with you buying the building for cash. And then he didn't. He bought a building and renovated it and went into debt. So how often does that happen in 35 years?
Smaller things. Like, he got a pickup for $3,500 once, which we still are using. It's a great pickup. So there are a little bit of things like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's always got a scheme and a plan.
So what
The question is, do those schemes even work? Sometimes, guys, you gotta improvise.
what do you want to do with the building?
Well, personally, I just want to get our retirement savings under control, but I realize how much of himself he's invested into the building and how much.
What do you
he
want to
loves
do with the building?
Well, if it was just me in the marriage, I would sell the building.
Okay. Then why would you suggest that the two of you keep it?
He is hoping to use it. It's on a canal. He loves it. He's hoping to use it both for recreation for our family in retirement, and he'd like to try and run a business out of it in retirement.
But you don't believe that's going to happen?
I believe that he would try and run a business out of it in retirement. My only concern is that there's a lot of expenses with the commercial building. Property tax is high. Everything's high. And I feel like it would be hard in retirement to constantly be working to keep up with those expenses. But some people do it. So I'm trying to make sure, making this call, that
Okay,
It
so
wouldn't be unreasonable of me
you're
to
dealing
not
with
want
a
to.
bunch of unknowns, and your emotions are
Hmm.
saying sell the building. He's dealing with absolutely zero business acumen. He sucks at this because all he's doing is dreaming. I hope someday that we'll use it for the family. Oh, bull crap. Okay? This guy's not written anything down. He doesn't have good business pro forma. If he worked for me and he did this, I'd fire him for incompetence.
Can you dream? Yes. But the question is, can you execute?
And you're worrying about something you don't even understand because he's never written anything down. This is all jumbled up between some business and some dream and some family use of a building on a canal. That none of this is. It's all mixed together. It's not. It's jumbled up. It's not a good plan. There's no plan. It's just vague. I like the building. I wanted to buy the building. Now I'm going to renovate the building. Oh crap! I don't have the $90,000, so now I'm in debt. Oh, now I've got inventory I can't sell. And I don't know about the expenses, and you don't either. You've got this vague sense that there's going to be a bunch of insurance and taxes, which is probably true, but we need to actually look at real numbers. Okay, this is what the building costs to operate. Here's what we can rent it for. Here's the business that we can run out of it. And if there's any space left over, the family can enjoy it. Or the family can, you have the money to eat this so that it becomes a family recreational stop. It becomes a lake house for the summer, the building on the canal. But we've got it all jumbled up with we can't decide if we're a landlord or we're running a business or we've got a lake house. And it's all pushed together so that he can live this dream that's very fuzzy and in the fog. He needs to write all of this down in a business plan and submit it to you. And the two of you need to look at this with wisdom. And then based on that, if you can see how you actually make money and want to keep it, fine. But just his little heart's desire is not enough to make it work. I've had a lot of heart's desire at stuff I sucked at, and it cost me money. And it's called dreaming, and it turns into a nightmare. So you have to do a business plan, a pro forma, and go, okay, if we rent out this, here's what the rental rates are. Oh, wait, everything on this whole canal's empty. It's going to be very tough to rent.
Doesn't bode well.
So we're probably eating this. Oh, we've got this inventory we bought that we financed, but we can't sell it. So we obviously chose the wrong inventory to purchase because didn't have our business head together on that either. I've got some of that myself in the warehouse today. Over purchase of stuff that I wished we hadn't bought at Ramsey, but it's inventory, and it was a dumb butt thing. So you do some of that in business, but you've got to see your way to this. This is how we're going to turn this situation into money. And if we're not going to turn it into money, here's the amount of money we have to pay for it anyway and be okay. She's worried that this is taking the rug out from under their whole lives.
Well, and there's a sunk cost fallacy. She's going, well, he's invested a lot into it, and he really loves it, and it's going to cause you guys to not be able to retire. Yeah. So you can't have the cake and eat it too here.
I'm guessing they don't have millions of dollars, or he wouldn't be $90,000 in debt. I'm guessing. So
I just hope the building is worth $170. His 80 he put in plus the 90 renovations. I don't know that they can even sell it for that much. Yeah, so I'm worried he overbuilt.
Yeah, over renovated. Yeah, he got to the party too soon.
How many people
there yet.
are trying to buy $200,000 office buildings in that area if he bought it for 80?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
video's about to end, so we're just gonna cut it right there. So, moral of the story is you guys need to plan things. A business without a plan is nothing but a bullshit waste of time that's gonna eat you up in finances. Same goes with finances. If you have no plan to execute whatever debt you have, you're screwed. Or it's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up, and it's going to eat you alive. So, the moral story is plan. Plan it. Execute. Plan, execute. Plan, execute. Whatever venture you're on, you got to execute. Plan it. It's okay if you fail. Try again. Plan again. Execute again. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoy this. This is the Disaster Daily. Subscribe for more financial chaos and truths, and we're out of here.